Hey, Rajon, Serena Winters here, Bally Sports. Nice to meet you. Welcome. First practice as a Cavalier today. What were you able to go over in day one? And look, when you look at the guys on this roster, their style of play, what excites you most about playing alongside this group?
Well, today for game one, day one in practice was pretty simple. I went over some defense assignments, went over offensive plays, not too much. He simplified it for me today. I'll continue to grow each game. So just looking forward to just learning the guys. Having DG back obviously is big for the organization, for the team. I'm looking forward to playing alongside of him. And also the 7-footers. I've never played with 3 on the court at one time. So I'll be looking forward to, throwing some lobs and making the game easy for certain guys.
You mentioned the young talent on this team, right? I mean, these guys are young, 20, 21, 23 years old, players that are still trying to figure out how to utilize their own strengths. So with you and your experience, how do you think you can help out with that process?
I think just through time, film, and continuous. I think this road trip will help a lot. I think we're on like a 7-8 day road trip. Not the best cities in the world, so it'd be a lot of time together in the room, and we were able to kind of coordinate and kind of speed the process up as far as getting to know one another.
Thanks so much.
What's up, Kelsey?
Kelsey Roos of The Athletic. Nice to meet you, Rajon. Welcome to Cleveland.
Thank you.
When did you find out about the trade, and what was your initial reaction when you heard the news?
I found out about maybe 4 or 5 days ago. I guess I got the leak early. The general manager called me and asked me about the proposition, and I told him sure, absolutely.
And then early conversations with JV and Kobe, I guess, what have they told you about, your expectation in this role, and what excites you about what they think you can bring to this team?
Obviously, number one, leadership. My experience in the game. This is year 16 for me, coming in and being a voice in the locker room, being myself, not trying to be anyone else, to try to come in and give the guys what I have as far as knowledge, and I'll go out there on the court and compete at a high level.
And what was it like to sit on the bench with them last night? Obviously, just getting to Cleveland and getting to know everybody, but what was that like to see, an in-game experience firsthand?
It was fun. It was a lot different because actually I've been watching the last 4 games the Cavs play. So I told you I knew about the trade a little bit earlier, so I've been kind of breaking down the team as quickly as possible. But actually being there live, sitting on the bench, was a lot of fun. Get to know one of the guys, get to know one another, their body language coming out of the games, asking defensive coaches and offensive coaches who's who on the team as far as the shooters. How can I help certain guys on the floor? So it's just a little bit of, trying to get in continuity a little bit early. And I'm glad I was able to come in and kind of sit on the bench last night before I get on this long road trip with the team.
And one more for me, obviously, you saw Darius last night and the last couple of games you had watched. What stands out to you about how he's progressed this season, and, this opportunity for you to, I guess, mentor him in any way and play alongside him?
He's actually the first one that reached out to me through text when the trade happened. So we actually had a workout partner that we work out with in LA, a guy named Chris Johnson, that we work out both together. In the last couple of years, we've been trying to get together, but we haven't been able to manage, a lot of time on the court together. So obviously, it's a big surprise to me and a plus, because I'm willing to teach the young guys as much as possible, and I'm excited that he reached out to me, and vice versa, that knowing that I'll be able to teach him as much as possible, anything that he's willing to know and learn. So he's definitely a hell of a talent. He's one of one. He scores, shoot, pass, a hell of a playmaker. And most important, what I like is he competes on both ends of the floor. And if you have that on the court, I'm willing to go to war with any night, with any guy on the court like that.
Thank you.
Let's go back to Serena.
You just mentioned that you had watched the 4 games, right, on film, and we hear so much about all the film that you watch. Even guys on this team who have played with you before had mentioned that. In those film sessions, what were the things you were looking for, and then what did you pick up on with this team?
I'm just looking for guys' tendencies. Where guys, what a young fella likes to shoot the ball, his most dominant spots on the floor, how Caleb checks right in the game, he's ready to go. Just different, personnel driven, which you learn through scouting report, playing different teams. But for now, to be on your team, not to try to play the guys' strengths and cover up for each other's weaknesses.
Thank you.
Christoph?
Hello, Rajon. Christoph Saldes, SDNA Greece. Congratulations on your new step.
Thank you.
How refreshing for you at this point of your careers to be in this team, surrounding yourself in so much talented?
Very refreshing, to be, have an impact on this group. to make a difference in the game. I'm excited about to come in and, like I said, try to make the game easier for K-Love, JA, and DG as well. You know, a lot of pressure on certain guys to make plays every time on the floor, and that's one of my specialties. Be a playmaker, create shots for guys, and be a leader on the floor with communication-wise.
And this team is really hungry to make something special this season. How hungry are you to make something special with this team?
Well, I've always been an underdog my entire career, and I love the expectations of, you know, being done or not expecting to do things. So that's what I kind of pride myself on, is doing the impossible, doing the unthinkable. And this group has the talent to do it. I'm looking forward to making some noise.
And one last question for me. How you imagine your partnership with Kevin Love on the floor?
I think it's going to be perfect. I think it's going to be great. You know, I'm a passer. He's a shooter. He's a very talented, intellectual player. And I think we'll make some great plays together.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
That's Spencer.
Spencer Davies, basketballnews.com. Welcome, Cleveland, Rajon.
Thank you.
No problem. I'm kind of curious on where you feel you are physically at this moment. Obviously, you know, you're getting up there in age a little bit and haven't been playing quite as much for LA, and Ricky was playing up to, you know, 28, 30 minutes a game. So just from you physically, where you are conditioning wise and you know, fitting in with the team.
Well, I pride myself. I've always been in shape. You know, I've had like 4.2% body fat, and like I said, I love to play the game. You know, even though I've been out with COVID for the last 10 days, I've tried to be doing some conditioning at home, but nothing's like playing the game. You can run on a treadmill as much as you want. You can do sprints in the gym, but once you get on the floor, it's nothing like kind of getting back into that basketball shape, which I'm looking forward to. And playing that many minutes is a dream come true in my career. At this point in my career, 16 years, be able to play 30 minutes a night. Hopefully I'll make an impact on the court, a strong impact. And whatever my role is, if it's 20 minutes or 30, or if it's, you know, it's 4, then I'm willing to do it. And that's why I came here to do, is be a positive impact on the court.
What's been your first impression of Coach JB?
It's really smart. Every team I played for the last 5-6 years, I've always kind of honed in on the details of the coaching staff and how they, you know, prep things, because in the future, one day I might want to do the same as well. So I'm always taking notes, and my first impression is from the jump. He's very detailed. He doesn't, you know, have room for a lot of bullshit. He gets straight to it. He's very direct, and his expectations of his players is one of one. So I'm excited to be here and learn from him as much as possible. He has a background and pedigree of, you know, coming from his dad, and you can see how it translates to what he's doing now here at the Cavaliers.